Hi, Jessica. I'm Lindsay. I know you probably don't recognize me because we're all still very new in this class, and I'm not sure if you watched my initial post. Um, but I loved your artifact, the handmade coffee grinder that your grandmother got in France. My aunt used to have one of those hanging in her house. The only difference is that hers still cranked and they still used it. And I remember being a little girl and I always thought it was the coolest thing because, we buy coffee grounds and they're already powder, um, but like they would buy beans. Um, I thought it was a cool point that you brought up that your mom used to use it to make powdered sugar when they were out and just put regular sugar in there. Um, I like the point that you mentioned that you all were under the impression that your grandmother was French since she was from France, but you found out through Ancestry.com that she was actually Polish. I've never done Ancestry.com, but I know my stepdad is really into it and has ordered kits for his entire side of the family. So I am aware that you can learn a lot. It's just something that I personally am not interested in, and I probably should be more interested than I am, especially while taking this class. So you mentioning that kind of pushed me more towards the side of wanting to look into it for myself. Uh, I also enjoyed that you pointed out that it looks really cool, but aside from looking really cool, it's also functional. Because I am a girly who loves a trinket. I'm very materialistic, but I'm trying to make sure that each of the things that I have has a purpose. So when you said that, it kind of just made me think about that. And I did think it was really wholesome when you mentioned that your grandmother, when she bought this coffee maker, probably never imagined that they would be using it to ice your mother's birthday cake because they were using it to make powdered sugar. I just thought that was a really cool concept of how we can use things in ways that we never imagined. But thank you, Jessica. I really enjoyed your video, and I too am looking forward to this class. Thank you.